What is up, guys? How are you? It's Race Show Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central Time, right?
Yep.
um, so got a good show for you guys tonight. Gonna You and I are just going to talk racing and talk
Yeah.
nonsense, right?
Total nonsense. This whole week's been nonsense.
What's your week been like?
So school starts next week for the girls. So we've got a soon to be fourth grader and a soon to be sixth grader. And I don't know if you remember those
Wait, wait,
days.
wait. Hold on. School starts next week.
It does. And next Thursday,
What?
August 8th. I know, right? It feels early. It feels really early.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know. Who
It's not
knows?
in my county. It doesn't start till after Labor Day.
Yeah. I feel like the kids get out a little earlier than you guys do up north.
Okay.
So
When
I
did
think
you
we
get out?
got out May 17th or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
it.
that's probably why, but it still feels early to me. But so we've got a soon to be middle schooler. It's going to be something.
That's
So
That stuff. Middle school, I think, is probably, I work with kids, so
yeah,
I think middle school is the toughest, uh, period of
yeah,
somebody's life, because they're just starting to figure out who they want to be.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, and
yeah. It's a real struggle. I think for girls maybe more than boys. I don't know. You may have some input on that, but girls are just man, they're just about
Ricky said that's absurd.
It is. It is absurd. Girls are just drama, though. It's like there's group texts going on, and these girls are like frenemies, and it's brutal. It is
Oh,
just brutal.
so I'll tell you a crazy story. So I work with kids. I own a martial arts school, right? And I had um these group of girls or whatever. They were all friends at first, right?
Hmm.
It was like four of them, right? And they worked really well together. Always like, you know, they're preteens, so they're always like joking around in class. And sometimes I have to tell them like, girls, you're acting a little out of hand. Calm down. They're just doing normal
Yeah,
preteen stuff, right?
yeah.
But anyway, so one of the moms sat us down. It was me and uh, my management team, sat us down, was like, "Hey, like, my daughter's getting picked on by one of these girls," and I'm like, "No way," because these girls were all good girls, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I was like, "No way," and she showed us like video evidence, like, and text messages, like this girl was like 10 or so,
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
talking like she was 21 years old, like, you effing this, you effing see that, all that, yeah,
Like
yeah,
the C word.
c word,
Oh no, no.
all
Oh
kinds,
no.
all kinds of bad. Let my mouth drop, right? Because she doesn't act like that.
Yeah.
Um, she doesn't act like that in my school. She doesn't act like that with her parents either. Because I know her parents, and her parents are good parents. So
Hmm.
we had to have a conference, right, with her parents. Her parents were so embarrassed.
Oh yeah.
They had no idea, but they weren't monitoring her phone. That was
Yeah, that was
that
my
was
next question.
that was the mistake right there.
Yeah, yeah,
So they weren't monitoring her phone because they thought she was a great kid, but
yeah.
apparently she's not. She's a bully, and she makes videos, talking crap on other kids and this and that, and oh yeah, it was this huge debacle, um, but it was bad.
So how did it end up? Like she got called out and then she had to face the music? You think there's
Yeah,
gonna be a
basically,
change
she
or
had she had to face the music. We had to. She was in our highest tier program, which
Mhm.
is like a leadership program. So obviously she's not being a leader, right?
Right, for
So
sure.
we had to uh, we had
Yeah,
to break her down.
like
Uh,
demote her.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
but the good thing is, we always give the kids a chance to redeem themselves and work their way back up because
Yeah.
everybody makes mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Um, so we just tell them, this is just a bump in the road, but this is to teach you that there are consequences to your actions.
Yeah.
And I know she got in trouble at home too, for sure.
Oh, you know what I would do? Do you know what I would do? And the kids know, like, girls are ruthless, but I am that parent. I will literally, and Brad would never let it happen. But if he wasn't home, maybe when it happened, when it needed to happen, nothing could stop me from literally smashing their devices with a hammer in front of their faces. I don't care about the cost. I would want to make a very lasting impression.
Yep. I
Um, yeah,
So basically, the dad did the same thing. So what he
yeah.
did was he made her smash her own phone.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking
They don't
about.
play. Those parents, they didn't play. Like they're very,
So
old
they took
school.
care of business,
Yeah.
and so she's gonna feel the lasting effects of this, hopefully.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
there was just recently, not to be too dark or whatever, but there was recently a bullying situation where a teenage girl, I think she was around 13, she killed herself because
Yeah.
of some kids at school, some girls at school, these
It,
mean
hap-
girls.
it happens a lot. I deal with that stuff all the time. Kids wanting, thinking those types of thoughts, and we find
Mm,
out about it and things like that. It happens more often than now than when we used to be in school.
yeah, we didn't
Because
have social media and all that stuff.
exactly, because you have the social media bullying, and then you also have you know kids looking at things that they're not really supposed to be looking at, and I mean that in the sense of like you know people they probably idolize,
Yeah,
but they shouldn't be, and
right.
they're like, oh, I wish I can have that, and I
Mhm.
don't have that, you know what I mean, even though it's like very materialistic stuff or whatever.
Right.
um it's way different now, way different.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. When I was like that age, I was playing outside. I was like, when the street lights came on, that's when it was time to come in. I didn't care about like any of that. Like I wasn't my kids are like into skincare and stuff. Like it's just weird. It's just like a totally different generation. What do I do as a parent? Just tell them no, like you can't do all of these things that are trendy and the things that your
Yeah.
friends are doing and all that stuff. I don't know. I try to be like that cool mom.
Yeah.
But then my oldest was like, "You're a really cool mom, but you're not like a strict mom. You're like a really cool mom." And I thought to myself, "Well, maybe I really need to be more strict." But
Yeah.
I do monitor those texts and stuff like that. Like I will go full blown Karen on some mean girls. Like they don't know about me.
I think the biggest thing that a parent could do is, um, and I'm not a parent, but
Right.
I, I see good parenting is just educating your children on the good, the bad, the ugly, and just keep educating them, because
Right.
sometimes parents don't talk about um, certain things with their kids and stuff like that. And people parent differently or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
Um, what's going on? The Schaefer oil guy. I could only guess who that is. What's going on, man? Schaefer's oil. Contact Mr. Alan Bradley if you need Schaefer's oil. If you need HBL oil, you can contact Alyssa.
That's okay. Alan is
uh,
Alan is so nice. I enjoy Alan's messages so much. Like he and I really align on our views and our perspectives. So I really really enjoy talking to him. He's a
yep.
great guy.
We
Yeah.
I think we all align. It's like a three-way right there. Uh, you know, on
Yeah.
our views. Um,
Yeah.
Justin said parents need to educate. Absolutely. Uh, and lead by example. Yep, absolutely.
I have to be really mindful of the way that I treat other people in front of the kids. Like sometimes I'm on a call and like it's just a customer service call and you're just really aggravated. And like maybe if they
You
weren't
get
around,
backhand.
yeah, well, I want to. But then I'm like, if I talk to this person like trash, which they're not trash, but I'm frustrated because I've been on hold or, I can't get something done. Like I am showing the girls that that's okay to treat people that way. And so it helps me to be a better person. I think they make me a better person in that way.
Right.
The
Right.
lead by example part.
Right.
So
Huh. So we got some racing stuff definitely to talk about.
yeah.
You brought something to my attention earlier today. A really, really fast car.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna
Yep.
get, are you gonna get one?
So I did some research. Okay, short answer is no. Like I swear to you, I will never drive an EV unless like that's the only option and I've got to get somewhere in this like life threatening situation, right? because that's how much I dislike them. And like, I feel like people are on one side of the fence or the other. They either like really like them or really hate them. I don't know of many people that are like hybrid in between. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But no, short answer, heck no. I would never have one. And there's no telling what the price tag on that would be.
Yeah. Should I play one of the videos that you sent me?
Yeah.
Which one? The short
Play
one or the long one?
No, play the one that I sent you first this morning. That was the one that I posted on my Facebook page.
Was that the reel or?
It's a reel, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's outside view of the car, not the indoor.
Share screen. There we go.
Oh, that's not the one, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's the inside view. 775 at 180.
No. We need the full effect, okay? So
All right.
you got to go to the first one that I sent you this morning because we have to hear it without all this music. There's a reason we don't hear it because it's not an enjoyable sound, okay?
What do you mean? You don't hear the cam lobes and all that stuff? And
It's not, no, for real. Find that other video. Find that one that was no, not that one. Go up, scroll up. No. You're no.
That one?
No. Because all you hear, and we'll get back to that one because that one's an interesting topic in itself.
Right.
So that's the.
So there's another one.
Yes, I sent it to you. It was the first link that I sent to you this morning, and I said that I want to talk about this. Oh, you know what? I may have texted it to you. So just go to my Facebook page. It's like the first post.
Okay.
And you need to turn your volume up because you've got to hear this thing.
I think my volume's all the way up.
No, I'm telling other people. They need to hear it.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
All right, okay.
Green. Here we go.
Listen, it is silent.
Oh my god.
See, this stuff just, man,
That's
this
annoying.
stuff gets me so aggravated. I'm telling you, it's like somebody said it sounded like a table saw doing that burnout.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it sounds like. Like right, and then after you're done, you don't hear it anymore.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
So
I'm sure like the acceleration of that thing is pretty awesome. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know if I would want to drive that unless I got paid.
oh, they would have to pay me. They probably put millions of dollars into developing. It sounds like a blender. Brad said it sounds like a blender. It does.
Did you guys see last year Don Gallert's electric dragster fire? No, I didn't see that one. Let's look that up.
Yeah, let's find that.
Yeah, so like I don't know, like do you think motorsports will head completely that way, or do you think no, it's definitely not going to happen? Like what's your opinion on it?
Okay, so not to get political, right? But there's some initiatives that some politicians are trying to push that are green. They're very green. And if they have their way, we are going to be all driving EVs. Or we'll have some insane tax that we have to pay on our gas powered vehicles. Like it's eventually it's gonna happen. I really can't picture motorsports like getting into this and like really adopting this EV thing. It's hard for me to envision, but look at how far we've come. You know, it was hard for me to envision a street car that runs nines back in 2001, right? But
Right.
here we are. They run faster than that. You with a factory engine that's got factory, stock internals and a twin turbo. You know what I mean? So things change, right? And I'm all about kind of like changing with the times and all that stuff. And like, I'm kind of one of those people that is late to the party on things because I like what I'm comfortable with.
Mhm.
But I don't think I'm ever going to come to this party because this is not what motorsports is about. Everyone enjoys, right? The smells, the sounds. It's a sensory, it's
Yeah.
an enjoyable sensory experience from inside the car and outside the car. Spectator, driver, whatever,
No,
like
I agree.
how are you going to even have like a seat, like a pants seat of like, what do you say? Like, seat of the pants, right? Like feel like, oh, I modded my EV. Like, how are you even going to be able to tell that it's any faster? I know they're fast and I won't take that away. But as someone who's been in motorsports and been on the manufacturing side of things for so long, I just can't imagine how this would catch on. I just don't know.
Yeah, one of the first things that I do when I go to the racetrack is inhale the fumes. Like I
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I swear to God. So it doesn't matter what temperature it is outside. It could be blistering hot. It can be cold. The first thing I do when I pull through the gates, windows roll down, and I go,
You really do that? Like
I swear to God,
intentionally?
intentionally, because I think it's more of a like, yeah, I like the smell of race gas and things like that, but I sound like one of those sniffers.
Yeah. Are you a glue sniffer? Like, what's the deal?
Uh, but I think when I smell that stuff, it brings me back to like all the good memories and stuff like that,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
when I was a kid. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, if we go all electric, then there's not going to be any of that. You know?
I have some friends on my Facebook. I don't usually hold back my opinions on stuff and neither do my friends, right? But they're like so like the ones that drive EVs, they're so hardcore on it. And they try to make it sound so great. What are the
So
drawbacks?
let me ask you a question though before you continue. Do they actually believe they're helping out the environment?
So these are racers, like
Oh,
IRL.
okay. So they know,
Yeah.
how they're made and things like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they know how they're made. I don't know that they research the children in the cobalt mines mining these, the cobalt for the batteries. Probably not, because if I'm shopping for an EV, that's the last thing that I'm going to be looking at to try to make myself feel bad. But as someone who loves gas powered engines, I'm looking at all that stuff. I want to know about the environmental impact because to me, it feels like it's a really like hypocritical thing. They want green everything, right? But what about, I mean, you got EVs doing burnouts. What about the pollution factor there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't think it's been around long enough for us to see the long term impacts. And that's usually how it goes, right? With everything. There's going to be landfills with nothing but batteries leaching into the earth.
I mean, it's already happening.
Right.
And so,
Yeah.
what do you guys think about electric vehicles? Are you for it? Are you against it? Let us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this, um, podcast everywhere you can. Heart it, like it. It really helps us out. Um, but didn't you like have some stats on this?
I
So
do. I've got some research that I did on this Super Cobra Jet. I think
yeah,
2024 is well, it could be a 2023. I'm not quite sure what year. I think it's really, really new. But they don't measure horsepower in horsepower.
okay.
They measure it in kilowatts.
Oh, okay. So
Like, yo, bro, I'm pushing like 1500 kilowatts. Like, how
like
lame is that?
like Back to the Future style.
Yeah,
Gigawatt.
maybe that's why I would drive it to go back to the future.
We need a
Buy
1,000 horsepower gigawatt.
and I need it to go buy a lottery ticket for the Mega Million. And then then maybe I'll do it. But so interesting facts about the electric supercar Cobra Jet. They call it the 1800 EV because it's got 1800 horsepower, which is 1800 kilowatts. But then it leads me to the next question. How is 1 horsepower equivalent to a kilowatt? How do they come up with that? You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. But it says that it makes about 1,500 to the wheels. It has set a record quarter mile time of 775 at 180.14 miles an hour, which is like just insane.
Does it tell you like what the 60-foot was at all?
I don't have a time slip on it. I'm sure
Okay.
the 60-foot would probably blow our minds, truly. I didn't think about that part. But here's the craziest part about it is that it says that this vehicle features a significantly reduced weight and it weighs over 5,000 pounds.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm dead serious. These are facts. Like these are pulled from the Ford Motorsports website. It says the weight of the car is not specified, but the focus on reducing the battery's weight and optimizing the car for drag racing highlights its lightweight design as a critical factor in its record-setting performance. I have a very close friend of mine who is like a Ford Motorsports insider. He said it absolutely weighs over 5,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
So it makes about, like I said, 1,500 to the wheels. I mean, I don't know.
That
It's
seems
just
like not enough power to go into the sevens. But that's why I'd be curious to know what the 60-foot is.
that is a very good question. I think the 60-foot would be like astounding
Yeah.
because they just like, and if you play that that video that shows the gas powered Cobra Jet versus the EV Cobra Jet, the EV clearly gets out ahead first.
Justin said, I think hybrids are the answer in certain situations. Example, my brother has a hybrid. The electric range is within his drive to work. Once at work, he is able to charge all day for free with the work. Oh, that's cool. The work supply chargers. So
So
I'll tell you a funny story about electric cars and charging and all that stuff. Right. So I don't know jack shit about electric cars. Right. I've only driven a couple. Right. Um, and I was one of my last trips to Florida. I uh, Hertz was having a deal on Teslas, on renting Teslas, right? It was like $200 for the entire week, right? Awesome deal, right? So I was like, shit, I want to be bougie and get a Tesla, right? Well, my dumbass didn't think about charging, right? So, I'm driving it around and finally it gets low and I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to charge this thing. Can't go to the gas station, right? So I'm I look on my phone, to see where the closest electric charging station is, right? And I see it's like, a couple minutes down the road from where I was staying. So I go there, right? I park and, trying to figure out, it wasn't just plug and play. I had to like, you know, add this adapter to the thing, and plug it in and whatever. So I plug it in and then the charger's like, oh, 8 hours till fully charged. I'm like, 8 hours? I can't wait here for 8 hours. It was like in the middle of the day, right? So then I realized that there's fast charging stations and there's, you know, I guess regular charging stations, right? So I was like, okay, I got to find a fast charging station, like kind of like at a Wawa or whatever, right? Do you guys have Wawas over there?
we don't have Wawas. We have QTs though, which is kind
Okay.
of new. Yeah.
So all right, so I got to go to Wawa that has the Tesla fast charging station, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The closest Wawa fast charging station to where I was staying at was almost 30 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I had to drive there, right? I get there, all the charging stations are taken, right? So I had to wait probably 20 minutes, right?
Okay.
Then I finally park in a space, plug it in, right? Then I got to wait an additional 20 minutes, right? I was like, who the hell has time for this shit? Like,
I
really?
agree.
Who
So
the
was
hell
it
has time
free?
for this?
Was it free?
Yeah, it was free,
That's nice.
but still, like, I'm like, who has time for this? This is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wasted so much time. Like, we do not have the infrastructure for
Yeah,
electric vehicles.
you just said it right there. I mean, in reality, there's no way I think I don't know which politician it is. I think it's Kamala. She's trying to be like green by 2030 with all EVs. Like that's an impossibility.
That's
We're
impossible.
not anywhere near that. Like we're not even remotely. Let us who love combustion engines have our cars and races, and if others want an EV, that's fine, but they need to stop forcing this crap on us. Agreed.
Agreed. 100%
Agreed.
agree.
Yeah, but we're entering a new realm of what's the word I'm looking for? Stalin like installation where we're not going to have a lot of choices. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like they're going to continue to make it so that it's unaffordable for us to have gas powered vehicles.
Yeah. That's how they'll try to push it.
Yeah, exactly. But I find this Cobra Jet thing to be interesting because like there is a cool factor, right? But like it's out of reach for the average person. A regular gas powered Cobra Jet is out of reach for the regular average Joe, right? I don't know what this MSRP is.
Oh, it didn't say like how much it was.
I couldn't find info on the MSRP, but my insider said that they've got like many millions of dollars in the development of this. And there's just like, it'd be astronomical, like several $100,000, I would imagine, to be able to buy into something like that.
Well, I'm wondering if it's probably comparable. Like if you think about it, well, not really. I guess I'm thinking out loud. Basically, to get a car into the sevens, right? A regular car, you're
Mhm.
probably going to spend, I don't know. Uh, I'm sure you can buy a car that's cheaper, that's used, but I guess if you built it from scratch, you're probably going to spend $50,000 to
Yeah.
$100,000 depending on what it is.
You could do it on the cheap. I mean, you could do it on a budget.
Um, but I'm assuming this car would probably be at least 200 at least.
Oh, that's on the low end because you got to think. I think a regular Cobra Jet is like 150.
That's right. That's right.
So, I mean, you're not going to get that for another 50 grand. You're going to get that for another 150 grand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that there's any possible way. But like the factory showdown 5.2 liter Coyote based engines that come with the Whipple, they weigh in about 3,500 pounds and they go 750s. They've seen, I don't think it's like a average Joe that's driving this is going to run 750s, but they've seen 750s at 180 plus. So you got to think it's a 3,500 pound car that's running similar times, just, I mean, as that EV. So I think you should queue up that video that shows the side by side, the EV Cobra Jet
Oh,
versus the gas powered and started at 427. So we can watch
like the motor 427.
just like it. I thought about that when I thought about it.
427.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Tony Pentagon takes this deal very seriously. I had a conversation getting booked on Sunoco Vision and they turned it on TV. Bob Tasker looking to sell these projects when it started. Project was chosen because of its proven chassis.
Notice you really only hear one car.
Yep.
Side by side.
That's crazy.
It really is.
That's
So
crazy.
I don't know. I'm just not into it. And I just wonder, somebody made a comment on the video that I posted. And I think this is a good point when it comes to racing EVs in a situation where you're at the drag strip.
Mhm.
Um, do they have the capabilities to handle a crash and a fire?
I don't know. A fire, yeah, probably, but a
To
crash.
put out a fire of that magnitude?
Well,
Do you really think?
I do have. Hold on, I'll play this video. It's the one that Justin suggested. I haven't seen this video, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
we'll be watching it together. But this car catches on fire.
Car's smoking pretty badly.
Oh. so it's on fire, like at the starting line.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
It like kind of popped or whatever. It's almost like they don't know what to do.
I probably don't know what to do. I mean, if we're being real, have you ever seen an EV like burning down on the side of the road, like on a highway or something?
Don't they just let it burn?
They leave a huge mark on the concrete, like huge.
Yeah, if anybody can fill us in, I'm pretty sure I heard that they're supposed to just let it burn or something, but I could be wrong.
That's so environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, Don Garlitz is so old for him to be doing this. Crazy. Oh my gosh, there's the fire. Is he out? Did I see him get out?
Yeah, he came out.
Oh, okay.
There
Oh,
he
I
is,
see him.
there.
Yeah, there he is. The guy's a freaking legend. That little fire extinguisher is not going to do it.
We're getting the hose out now.
Oh, that's down there at Palm Beach Raceway.
I've never been there actually.
Oh man, we did a couple of NPK races there. It was great. They shut it down. It's closed.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I just not feeling it.
Yeah.
And I'm not definitely not feeling the auto driving Tesla thing. Like, you're not gonna sit there and auto drive me and my kids. You're not auto driving.
That part is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Have you tried it?
I don't want to. No, heck no. I've never. Okay,
Yeah.
I Ubered in a Tesla one time, and this is another. Like, it was just one of those things. I like them. They're actually really attractive vehicles. Don't get me wrong. I'm also a big Elon fan. Okay, just straight up. But I slammed my finger in the door of that Tesla. It was at PRI.
Ooh.
PRI last year, and I nearly lost my fingernail. Like, it was so bad. Those cars, they don't have like door handles. They they look like shaved door handles, you know? I don't even know how it happened, but I'm telling you, my finger was in the door and that Tesla driver took off. I nearly lost my fingernail. I was in pain the entire PRI. But so I'm like, oh, screw these things.
Wow. Now,
The
the self-driving thing is kind of cool. Like,
No.
I drove my friend's Tesla and it had that option on it, and I literally had like one finger on the steering wheel, and it was just I couldn't believe it. I was like, "This is so freaking cool."
I don't want to be on the road with people who are doing that.
Well, obviously, I was, I race cars and things like that, so I'm paying attention to what the car is doing. It's not like I'm just like,
Yeah, but what
"Oh."
happens if someone crosses the yellow line and they hit you head on, and you could have had the time, or your cat-like reflexes,
Yeah,
being a drag racer could have saved your life.
yeah, no, I agree. Because I only had one finger on the wheel. You know what I mean? So that split second of me trying to grab the wheel and turn. You know what I mean? Could have made a difference. You know what I mean? So, but
I don't know. I'm gonna be a gas driving lover till I die. I enjoy my daily driver. I need some upgraded turbos.
the other thing that's cool about the Teslas is I saw a guy at Home Depot parking it with his phone.
Shut up.
Hmm. Like the car, and he said also the car came to pick them up in the front.
Okay, it's fine until you run grandma over as she's trying to cross the parking lot. Like,
It's like
there's
Grand Theft Auto.
self-driving. Billy Beeler said, well, the self-driving is for people who can't drive with their hand on the wheel.
Yeah.
But what?
So.
Come again, Billy?
I I guess I can't drive.
But it's interesting. I mean, it's all interesting. I just feel like there's a lot of hypocritical things that have to do with EV, and I am people know I'm like a strong criticizer, critic, I guess you would say. Critic. I'm a criticizer, critic of the EV.
That should be a
shirt. I just don't get into it. I don't know. I feel like people who drive Teslas feel like they're better than the rest of us.
So I heard there was a rumor, or you heard there was a rumor about NPK, No Prep Kings.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the rumor?
All right, let me pull my text up so I don't misquote anything, okay? All right, so this is from a friend of mine.
Your whistleblower?
It's definitely a whistleblower. So just a little backstory. There's been a lot of speculation about NPK and what's happening with NPK. I've been called a disgruntled ex-employee, which actually makes me laugh so hard. I did the event coordinating for NPK for like 30 some odd events. I'm not a disgruntled ex-employee, first of all.
I mean,
so
you know a lot about it because you did a lot of it, but
Yeah, I mean, I did everything from the graphics for the racers to the marketing to the planning to the ticketing to the event itself. Getting everything running on the fan side. Like I wasn't involved in the racing side; I was involved in the fan experience. I was to make everything run smooth and make sure that people had a great time. So I have a lot of knowledge about how the operations are with NPK. So there's been, whenever I say something about NPK, people think that I'm being a hater or whatever, but I'm more, my position on NPK, just so that like it's really clear, is that season 6 was supposed to air at some point. You've got racers that have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars each, not as a whole. I'm talking about each.
Even millions. I know
millions. Yeah.
I'm sure Ryan Martin is not, is spending probably close to $1 million or about $1 million on NPK.
So I'm sure that is accurate. It's definitely like Ryan's program's a 7-figure program, but he's also making 7 figures on his program. So unlike other people, right, he's got the advantage that other people don't. He gets paid to be there. He makes a ton of money on his merch. He's a great racer. He's a great representative of products that people sponsor. Like he's a good face for the organization. No hate on Ryan or his program, but not everyone has the same opportunities because they don't give everyone the same opportunities. So I already feel some kind of way about that because I've been working for people that are involved with the series, even beyond, me being involved with it, who are invitational racers that have put, like I said, hundreds of thousands of dollars into trying to compete in season 6. They've got sponsors that are waiting for these things to air. There's not been transparency, and that's the thing that's bothered me the most.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot like politics, I think. I would say it's just like politics. You've got the media that tells you what they want you to know or what they want you to think, right? They spin it. And that's what NPK has made the racers do, these personalities. They've said, oh, it's, season 6 is going to air in such and such. Don't worry, guys. Season 6 is going to air. Well, you've got, millions of fans who are ready to see season 6 on Discovery. You've got all these racers, which is the side that I'm on with the sponsorship deals and things like that, who can't deliver for their sponsors because they're not being told the truth.
Let me ask you this. So let's say they get through this season, right?
Yeah.
Do you even think they're going to air season 6?
So, as things have progressed and like time has gone by, it's become abundantly clear that Discovery owns season 6. And I don't think they, who knows if they're going to air it next year or in 5 years. It may become a, late night. We need some late night filler, whatever. We're going to throw it out there. But I don't think there's any intention of any time soon putting that out there. I don't think that it has a place on their roster, period. So a lot of people have been upset about that. And I've been vocal about it because it's not fair to the racers who have sold something that they cannot deliver.
Mhm.
And then there's racers who drink from the fountain of No Prep Kings, and they've put all of their eggs in the basket of No Prep Kings. So they don't want to piss off the hand that feeds them, right? They don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. They're hoping that this thing doesn't go away. And I get it. Like it's been great for the sport, you know? So it's brought so much to the sport. It's been amazing. But at some point, right, like things do kind of come to an end. And I don't know if this is the end for NPK, but it seems like there's just been nothing but drama and rumors. So every time I voice my opinion about it, I get people that, you know, try to crucify me and say, oh, she used to work for NPK and now she doesn't work for them anymore. Like I made the decision to step away from NPK. It was a personal decision because I wasn't going to be away from my girls for 18 weeks a year. Like it just became,
it's a
it was
tough
too
schedule.
much.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
it really is. And it's almost like only the strong can survive with the most money. And to me, that it's kind of like not within the spirit of drag racing at that point.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of takes the fun out of it because it
Well,
just gets too serious.
I think that's why at the pro level, like NHRA level, I think that's why they're hurting so bad for car counts and things like that because it's out of the normal person's reach. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who has
exactly.
$2 million to go run you know um, one of the pro classes or whatever. Nobody, not your everyday drag racer. You know what I mean? So
And I'm big on relationships, and it's kind of like Hollywood comes in and they do what Hollywood does and like kind of leaves things in a wake of destruction after they get everything out of it, all the good that they can get out of it, right? All the money they can get out of it. So there was a rumor that Dana White had purchased Street Outlaws. From what I understand now, that this is just rumors. This is just talking. To really reliable sources that I know in the industry, and even some that are connected to Dana White on a personal level, that he never bought the franchise. He never bought Street Outlaws. I think what happened was one of his partners or something like that is involved with him maybe invested in it somehow, and like by proxy they're like, oh, Dana White, you know what I mean, just because like it's somebody that they know.
right.
Somebody that Dana knows. But I did get an interesting text, and this friend is usually in the know. He said, "So what's the newest like news you've heard in the drag racing world?" And I'm just kind of like living my own life over here. I don't really get involved in any of that. As a matter of fact, all the drama and negativity has had me like, I've blocked a ton of racers. I have no desire to see anything that has anything to do with them. I don't want to support their programs with our parts. Like I wouldn't want any ties to some of them. So I don't really know everything that's going on, but I was like, no, I said, nothing stands out in my mind. He's like, what about Drag Illustrated? Have you heard? And I said, no, I haven't. He said, Wes Buck is selling it to someone and he will keep part and run it still. So this is kind of big news.
That is big news.
Wes is super smart. I'm sure whatever he were to do would be really successful, in my opinion. I would be a little skeptical of some of the people that have some involvement with NPK. You know what I mean? Like on the management level and stuff like that.
So is it someone in MPK bought Drag Illustrated?
Yep, that's how I understand it. Now the rumor's circling back around. Like I said, this is just a rumor, but reliable source. I don't want to name the person. That Sam Corcus from Street Outlaws, Pilgrim, whatever.
Yep.
He's the producer, he's the founder, and Dana White are involved in NPK buying either part or whole of Drag Illustrated.
Really?
Yes. Yes. So I've been thinking, this whole time, like at some point NPK is going to go away. At this rate that they're going right now, they're getting like 22 invitational racers, 25 invitational racers, 26, you know what I mean, on a good weekend. And I don't care what anyone says, the attendance is way, way down. Now that there's no Discovery Channel, it's way down. And I've got people who have shared some of those stats with me, and it's actually kind of sad. So I'm like, at this rate, NPK is not going to survive another season. You know what I mean? But anyways, he tells me the big part is that Wes is going to have 3-race World Series of Pro Mod in Florida. If you win all 3, it's $1 million prize.
Wow.
Yep. So I can really see this happening. This sounds really viable to me.
Wow. If that's true, I need to go pro mod racing.
Well, have you not seen him dropping these hints on Facebook, Wes?
I saw him post something. Was it yesterday or the day before? Said something about in regards to, kind of like if you don't have a pro mod, nothing else matters, or something to that
Yeah.
extent.
He's like, things are about to change, and you guys need to be building your pro mods.
Yeah, exactly.
So the timing of that is like, okay, it sounds like it could actually be happening. And let's face it, World Series of Pro Mod has great payouts anyways. They draw a massive crowd. Like Sam, of course, Sam is going to go after something big. You know what I mean? Something big that's thriving, right? Because NHRA to me, don't get me wrong, but
no, yeah, you're right. I'd rather watch, I would rather watch the World Series of Pro Mod
100%.
than watching a national event of NHRA any day.
I know. What do you think? What do you think NHRA is missing?
I think it's always the same old people, right? And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. We'll get into that in a second. On a driver that was just hired to John Force.
Oh yes.
But I always think it's the same people all the time because obviously they're the ones that can afford it. They're the millionaires and stuff, right? And then like a lot of them don't have personalities. They're very dry. And don't get me wrong, like it's not like I don't watch any NHRA racing. Pro stock is one of my favorite classes.
Yeah.
But it's definitely changed over the years. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 teams dominate the pro stock class, and that's it.
Yep.
You have elite KB, and then you might have like the McGahays or whatever. But yeah, I just think they need to put in what people are watching, and that's small tire racing.
Yeah.
That's
10-5.
Yeah, like the 10-5 stuff, the PDRA stuff that they're doing. What's another? Maybe even no prep. The no prep stuff I could see being kind of cliche because it's also dangerous and stuff. So I know that would probably not line up well with their sponsors and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's exciting. It's what people want to watch. It's what I mean?
I feel like any race, any event could be a no prep event. You could fit it in if you do a back of the track thing.
Right.
To me, that's an easy way to do it.
Yep.
Sweep it up, right? Get the debris off of there, and then you really do have a no prep surface. I mean, really and truly.
Yeah.
But he did tell me that Pilgrim, or Sam, I guess you would say, did try to buy NHRA. And I had heard several times over the years working for them that there was some discussions happening with NHRA, but I guess they couldn't come to terms. NHRA feels like they're sitting on something that is so valuable, and I just don't see it.
Yeah,
I know that sounds bad. I don't mean to be like a hater on NHRA because I'm really not. I love all motorsports, but
you need to, in my opinion, you always need to evolve to what's in, right? And what the newer audience is watching or wanting, right?
Yeah.
So their demographic is mainly, no offense, older people. You know what I mean? Like
for sure, yeah.
people older than us. 10, 20 years older than us. Some of them maybe even 30 years older than us, right? And that's not what's in now. You know what I mean? The younger generation wants small tire racing, no prep racing,
right,
10-5 racing, pro mod racing.
Yeah. And people and the TV viewers, like you got to think the people that are the armchair quarterbacks or whatever. That's what built Street Outlaws, right? Like, so I think from what he says, what my source says, that Netflix and History Channel is taking a strong interest in either one of in airing NPK again. So that would be really great. It sounds like it could be a new chapter, for something different. Especially with Wes. It sounds great. And I wish them all the best. My only thing is Wes is a person of integrity. To me, it seems that way. He's
Yeah.
been so respected for so many years. I hope they adopt that integrity and just be honest with people about what's going on,
I don't think Wes would be involved with something that
I
wouldn't
agree.
have integrity. So I think,
Yeah.
whatever he's cooking up, I'm sure.
Yeah. He's smart. He's
Yeah.
really smart. I've got a lot of respect for him. So, that's pretty cool. You've got a question down here. This is an interesting topic.
Yeah. Lewis, what have you heard about Pink's All Out coming back? I know it's an off topic, but was curious. I don't know about Pink's All Out, but I heard a good rumor that Pastime will be coming back.
Man, I loved
Pastime.
Pastime.
So I think that's gonna start to get filmed in 2025. So I don't
You
know
know
the whole.
what? We should get Brian Basone on so he can
Yeah,
tell us all about it when he's ready.
yes.
Yes.
So like I said, I heard a rumor. Don't know if it's official, but if he wants to say it's official, then that's the guy to talk to, right? So, but yeah. So hopefully that show was amazing. I
Really
think,
was.
my opinion, I like Pastime more than Pink's. But because
I don't know. There was something about Pinks with I don't remember the host, and I'm not trying to throw shade or whatever, but it was just a little bit. It was a little bit much.
I heard he's a character outside of the racetrack as well.
Yeah.
Forget his name.
Did they really race for Pinks?
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
We're gonna have to
or
ask
was
Brian
that?
that. We'll have to ask Brian.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Ray said NHRA can't get out of its own way. They think they're the only show in town. Would rather watch small tire radio racing. Yeah, it's true. You know what I mean? You have PDRA, and then you have all your other smaller promotions and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Billy said, "Oh, he meant to say pastime."
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, Rich,
Yeah, Rich.
he's nice. It was just, to me, it was like over scripted, like over dramatic to me. Like, I don't know, it just felt a little inauthentic, because like as a racer, like, are you really going to put your own car up against like actually losing your own car in a race? Like, oh my God, who would ever do that?
Right.
Well, we've got some NHRA news. You want to hop into that?
Yeah. So if you've been in the know, Jack Beckman will be driving John Force's funny car for the remainder of the 2024 season. So John Force still in recovery. I know he's at home now. He's not in the hospital anymore, but I guess they're they feel like it's best to put somebody else in there. So which is crazy because I've watching John and Jack growing up as a youngster, they always competed against each other. I would never thought that Jack would be driving for John one day. So that's pretty cool. The only thing, obviously Jack deserves it. He's a great driver. He's won multiple events and things like that. I just hope that these organizations invest in the future. And Jack's pretty old already. You know what I mean? So
How
I don't know
old
how
is Jack, do you think?
I'm not sure. He's got to be in his 50s or 60s.
Oh my gosh, is that really that old?
Well, you know what I mean? I just know that there's young drivers out there that can probably do the job, young
Well,
20-year-old, you know what I mean?
I agree, but also the other side of this is somebody that's going to sit in for a legend like John Force has got to be a seasoned drag racer. It can't
Yeah, I'm
be,
sure. I'm sure it wasn't just John's decision. I'm sure it was a collective decision between sponsors and things like that. Like, hey,
Oh yeah.
we need a somebody good that's going to win and going to represent us in the highest light. You know what I mean?
So my question is, I don't know all the ins and outs of like the rules here, but it says that he is going to earn points for the sideline 16-time world champion. How does that work?
I have no idea.
That doesn't seem right to me. Like, I don't know. It seems a little like, are they Joe Bidening him? You know what I'm saying? Like putting somebody else in to like run his job, and then he's just gonna.
Unless the points go with the car. but
Well, I mean, it doesn't
I always
appear
thought
that he's driving his car.
I always thought they go with the driver.
Well, I mean, Jack Beckman has his own car. Why would he drive John's car?
I don't think he has his own car. He might, but might not be like a competitive car.
Hmm.
He always used to drive for like big teams and stuff.
This is so weird. It says that the team is calling it a joint task force mission championship.
Huh.
They are totally pulling a Joe Biden on him right now.
Oh,
Oh. I am keeping it real. This doesn't look good. This is what I think. I'm going to make my prediction right now, and I could be totally wrong. This is not. I love John Force, and I love the Force family, especially the ladies. They're all class acts, but he ain't coming back. If Jack Beckman does well,
you don't think he's coming back?
no. He'll come back for like one final race or something. Watch what I tell you. I mean, he's hurt.
Yeah, no, that whole debacle was pretty nasty. Billy said, FJB.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Jack Beckman is the Kamala. That's crazy.
Oh my God. In other news,
don't forget to vote, everyone. Get out and vote. Bring 10 people. You've got to vote.
yes, voting is crucial this year, for sure. Other news, heard a rumor that the Andretti's are possibly looking to get into drag racing.
Interesting.
Yeah, so apparently there's been talks about because Tony Stewart made the jump and he seems to be, enjoying himself very much and stuff like that. Seems like other people from other motorsports are, bigger names are looking to possibly make the jump. But obviously it's not that easy. You can't just like assemble a team and there you go.
Right. Yeah.
There's only so many people that compete at that level and can crew chief and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So again, it's just a rumor that I heard. I'm not sure if that'll come into fruition or not, but I think that would be pretty cool. You know what I mean? If bigger names keep jumping into the sport, it's going to bring more sponsors and more limelight to it. So
yeah. Did you know Tony is having a baby with Leah Pruitt?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's 53.
Hey, he's a stallion, I guess.
I'm looking up how old Leah is. I really like her. Oh, she's 36. Man, wow.
I thought she was younger. She looks great for 36.
She does. She's actually, to me, she's just like, I really like her. I follow her on social media, and I just think I think she's a rock star for sure.
Ray said on the Pinks thing that he had a friend that won 2 cars on there. Well, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And then we got Bridgewars this weekend. So a lot of people are getting ready for Bridgewars today. They're getting their cars ready.
Are you getting ready?
So yes, kind of. So I am testing a car tomorrow. Not going to say which car it is, but I'll be testing. Basically, the team needed a driver just for tomorrow because
Nice.
their regular driver can't make it. He can only make it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they asked me to hop in, and I said absolutely.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So, yeah, so I'll get that itch scratched a little bit. And but
what about Nucky? Nucky, what's happening with Nucky?
Nucky is close. They finished the tin work last week. And just odds and ends. Really, just odds and ends. So we are planning. I had a conversation with Don. We are shooting for. This is for sure coming out of his mouth. FL2K.
Okay, so that's your. I didn't know that you were planning on racing at FL2K.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing a lot of racing in Florida this winter because
why not? Right.
It's nice down there during the wintertime up here, and Bradenton is one of the nicest tracks in the country. So
Wait,
Why
wait,
not?
wait. Why is it the nicest? Why is it one of the nicest tracks?
The surface is just incredible.
Well,
It,
Wade Rich out there and that
yeah,
guy's a rock star for sure.
yep. So, and then they repaved it. I think like a year ago, 2 years ago. So that thing is smooth as a baby's bottom. There are
You
no
mean
bumps.
oh yeah, that's right. Because they actually were bottling up the surface and they were selling it in jars. Do you
Yep,
remember that?
yep.
That was genius. I loved that so much. That is the first track I ever raced at drag race.
And then Wade, Wade is the one of the best, track prep guys in the country.
He
Uh,
is for sure.
the
I
the
remember when he
first
was at SGMP.
one of the first times I was ever there, uh, it was that night. It was our first night run, and the track was so sticky. So usually, like when I'm coming up to this to stage, right? I could let go of the brake and the car will creep by itself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I let go of the brake, car's not moving, right? And I'm like, that's how sticky it is. And then, like, I had to hit the gas to move forward, so I'm going, right? So I'm, like, power braking and hitting the gas at the same time, right? And I hear the glue on the tires, like that sticky sound.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm going for a ride." And
Oh yeah.
it was literally, a personal best because how great the track was.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
cool. I love that.
yeah, it's awesome. Um oh yeah, so Bridge Wars. Let's see here. I got all the event flyers here. Let's see if I can pull up. That's Saturday. That's Sunday. That's Saturday. Uh,
Okay, so what's the deal with prep yourself? So you pour your own prep or
what do you mean?
put the flyer back up.
Uh,
Oh, rep. What does it say?
oh, rep your set.
Rep your set. I thought it was pour pour your prep yourself. My
Hold
bad.
on. I gotta find the Friday flyer here. Must have not loaded. Uh,
So we did a prep yourself event one time where you had to pour your own prep. That was all you could do.
really?
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, I guess I don't have the Friday one. So anyway, Friday they got shootout going on. And it's
Where's this at?
Maryland International Raceway.
Love that place.
Yep. They got testing tomorrow, but it's like a private testing deal. Um, and then Friday they got a couple shootouts going on. Obviously locked in grudge races, things like that. And then Saturday is one of the bigger days. You have your 228, 275 class, all steel, all glass, heavy hitter street, Little Giants shootout, the bike shootout, and kids pedal bike race. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
They
We've
have
done that before.
5 4-car grudge outs. So basically, I was in one last year. Those are pretty cool. Basically, it's like a 4-car shootout, but each driver puts in money or whatever, like whether it's like $1,000 each or whatever. But then every round you bet on top of that. So
Mm,
let's say I win first round, right? You win first round. We're gonna go against each other. We bet money on top of the pot. So
gotcha. That's pretty cool.
yeah, so that's going on Saturday. That's basically the small tire day, right? Um, Tech card $60, spectators $30. And then Sunday, you have Tot Sportsman, big tire shootout, all motor, small tire,
Hmm.
overdrive shootout, and kids power wheels. So you can get your kids power wheels in there and win some money. So I might
Yeah.
I might dress up as a little kid and enter in that one.
It's so funny.
So
Oh, that sounds like a good time.
yeah, so jam-packed weekend, for sure. Make sure if you're not doing anything Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, hit up Bridgewars, Maryland International Raceway, um, and show your support. I'll be there. Hit me up. Come find me. I'll give you stickers. I have ratio stickers. I have Luis Martinez Racing stickers. Going to be filming there. one of Brian Bassone's guys, Ray. He's going to be there. We're going to be filming stuff, and
Cool.
yeah. So I'm actually picking him up at the airport tomorrow. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah. So it's going to be a jam-packed weekend. That's for sure.
Yeah, we'll be school shopping and getting ready for this new chapter in life next week. So
Yeah.
Brad's a saint, let me tell you. He's the
It-
best.
Is he? Would he be hiding in the room, like in the game room, or he's been helping you out?
Have you noticed the guns behind me?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I got him this new mount for Father's Day. Yeah, he games a lot. He does a lot in here. He lets me use his man lair.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, he'll I try not to drag him to too much of that stuff because I mean, I don't even want to go. Why would he? So
Right.
he's a family man. We do plenty of family stuff together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know if I would let anybody in my man cave. So
No, he is the best. He's literally the best. He flew home to get me set up tonight. So,
really,
yeah,
that's awesome.
I know. But yeah, so let's figure out who we're going to have on next week. Let's have a big show next week.
Yeah, for sure. Oh wait, next week I won't be. I'll be in Europe,
Oh, where are you going?
England.
No way.
Yeah, I leave on Monday
So how long are you going there for and what for?
till the 14th. I'm going for martial arts training. I'm meeting my instructor there. So my
Oh,
instructor,
that's right.
yeah, my instructor lives in Japan, but he's throwing a seminar in England. So I'm meeting him in England.
Lucky.
Going to be doing some training all week, and
That's really cool. That's a great experience.
I won't be able to get on the show.
Yeah, no, me neither, because I just looked at my calendar. I've got a hair appointment. So
Oh man, you just got your hair done.
yeah, I did.
Spoiled.
Got to keep these grays under control.
Oh, stop! You don't have
Yeah.
grays.
Okay, I promise.
So the last thing I want to talk about before we sign off is there's a big race in Texas going on. I was going to pull up the flyer, but I forget where I found it. But anyway, big race in Texas is Big Jake's race. It's I know it's like an invitational race, but it's a $2,500 buy-in.
Woo,
The pot's like 45 grand.
nice.
But I wanted to ask the racers watching, and please type your answer in the comments. Do you prefer a bigger buy-in so you can have a bigger payout, or do you prefer like you know s- maybe a smaller buy-in, maybe $200, $500, and having I guess smaller payout? Because I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like I don't know if I would like to spend 3 grand all the time on paying into a race or whatever. Not that it happens all the time, but um I don't know. It's like I'm kind of indifferent about it. I know some people definitely don't want to pay that kind of money because sometimes we'll have a $500 buy-in and guys don't want to pay that. So
So why not have both? Like have a $500 buy-in and then have a big pot as well and have two classes running? Or is that not really reasonable? Any events we've ever done as far as like Murillo and that kind of scene, like Scott Taylor and Murillo, and those buy-ins are not that expensive because even if I feel like, on an invitational basis, you're not going to have a ton of racers anyways, but you're going to really phase out a lot of racers at that price, especially if they don't feel the confidence they've got like super competitive car.
well, the Big Jake's race is invitational only,
So they're invited and then they have to pay that money to race.
yeah, so it's all like big bears, like that, really, really fast cars, fastest cars in the country.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope to make that race hopefully.
So I think in that case, it's like a different caliber. People are more apt to pay that buy-in with an invite attached to it.
Yeah, and you're talking about guys that have cars that probably have like 300 grand in them. You know what I mean? easily. So
Lord,
yeah, you're just shaking your head. Like,
just so much.
yeah, yeah, it's an expensive sport, that's for sure.
I think it's the most expensive sport. Is there anything more expensive than racing? Maybe
Uh,
boating, like professional
yeah,
boating.
boating for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
boating's
boating.
expensive. I I always said I don't know if I could ever get into boating because of how expensive it is to keep, you know, keep them maintained and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but uh, Eric said the shootout is for 100 grand. They're giving out $100,000 in total prize money, but I don't think like the 28 275 guys. I'm pretty sure it's. Oh, actually, no, you're right. I think it is 100,000. Um,
That's a ton of money.
yeah. Um, I think because I heard somebody else talking about it, so you might be right. But
Is
yeah,
the invitational list, is it published somewhere? You can see
yeah, it
everybody
is
that's
somewhere. Let me see if I can find it quick. Here. I wish I was like faster at like looking up stuff.
uh,
Oh yeah, I was wrong. So it's uh 45 grand for all steel glass, and the 28 275 guys is 100,000 to win.
man, that's a
Uh
lot.
yeah. So let's see here. That's a lot even for all steel glass. Um
I don't think I've ever seen a payout that high for all steel, all glass.
yeah, the big Jake stuff in Texas, like he always does like big payouts like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Trying to see if there's a the list of racers. I saw it somewhere at some point, but uh, yeah, I'm scrolling. I can't find the list. Um, but yeah, it's going to be some big bears down there for sure.
Cool.
Cool. Well, this was an exciting show.
Yeah, a
That went
lot to
by
talk
quick.
about. It did.
I can't believe we did an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
But
we did.
so, guys, if you're listening, next week there will not be a race show for the first time in a while. Um, I'll be in Europe getting my butt whipped, and then you'll be doing some superhero spray tanning stuff, right?
Probably. You know, slinging turbos, spray tans, getting kids ready for school,
Yeah.
a,
So,
a lot of interesting combinations of things.
but when we come back, I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about. So that's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to hear all about your trip.
yeah. So
Cool.
all right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, if you're going to be at Bridgewars this weekend, come find me. I would love to chat with you and just hang out. And yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. See ya.
Yeah.